Okay, so before I get started, you all know what happened when I got up there, right? Yes. All right, so it took forever. So does anyone else want to go before I start going? I'll take that as a no. All right. So first thing to get started off, I'm generally very good in public. I'm what people call an extrovert. So I'm very good at just talking to random people I don't know. But then there's auditions, and that terrified me. My monologue, I was freaked out. Song freaked out. I didn't think I did that good of a job, sorry. But after that, I didn't really know anyone, so I didn't know anyone in this room exactly except for my brother Dominic, thank you. I knew some people in here, like they didn't know me, but I knew them, from Joseph, that play. So coming into this, I was kind of not feeling accepted. I'm just gonna lay that out there. But as we went on, a lot of people started, random people I didn't know, started going to me saying hello, and I'm not used to that. It's usually the other way around. It's me doing that. But when the show went on, and I'm gonna say, first, when I got who I got, I wasn't too thrilled. But then I learned that, well, me not being happy about the character I got was very selfish of me, because quite frankly, that role was given to me for a specific reason. That one line, the one line, will be fine and will make sure the message is delivered. So, but that one line means actually a ton. Well, us as Christians, we will be fine, and it is our job to make sure that message is delivered. So, in my mind, at first, I was like, this means nothing. And then, until we actually got on stage and started doing it, I was like, wow, this means something. And it really surprised me. So as the show went on, and then Miss Barb sent out the email for the new people in Apathia, and I got Humpty Dumpty. I'm gonna be flat out honest with you, Miss Barb, I was not too happy about it. And then when I got the costume, I was also not very happy. But, and then something God told me then, so God does have humor, I'm just gonna let you know. So, even in that costume, I hated that costume, and now I kind of love it, but I still hate it deep down inside.
You rocked it, though.
I know, thank you.
Right off that mushroom.
Yes. So, it was very uncomfortable to wear at first, mainly because I didn't like it, and if you don't have a good attitude about things, you usually tend to not like them, and it just feels terrible. But as I got into it more and more, I realized God sometimes puts us in the most uncomfortable positions so that we can learn something from it. So what I learned from wearing that Humpty Dumpty costume, even though as small of a role it may or may not have been, is that I'm going to be in uncomfortable situations sometimes, and I'm going to have to deal with it. Happens every day at Family Pictures. And then another thing I learned, as anybody that was in Prodigals would know, is that during praise and worship, it's a very special time for the entire cast, and especially for me. My favorite song that I think that we did was Reckless Love. And that brings me back to the scene where Lassant and David are having that conversation, and Osmond comes in to tempt him. And he does, and he almost succeeded in turning David to their side. But then Lassant comes around, and God comes around after we are in the most doubt of our lives. And he comes to reassure us, which is awesome, because I was not very reassured about this play at first, as a lot of people. And I think we all share that. But then, as it got into the final 2 weeks, it takes the final 2 weeks every time. But then it all just started coming together. I loved it, and it was amazing. Like, backstage, it was awesome. And as much as I'm very unhappy people got sick during that, sorry for all you guys that got sick, but you guys getting sick helped the entire cast. Everyone all of a sudden started praying for everyone that was sick, and like at first, for me, I didn't notice too many people were praying. Okay, I'm sorry. But then when people started dropping like flies to sickness, everyone started praying for them. And I was like, this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to come together when people are hurting, when they're at their lowest. We come around and pray for them. And it's awesome to do that. Here in this auditorium, when you're on stage, you forget everything that was back home. You forget it all. And once you get on stage, it's entirely new. It's an entirely different atmosphere. I said this before, but it was really awesome getting to know all you guys. Humpty Dumpty ended up being my favorite role, which surprised me the most. But it really does go to show that God will work in mysterious ways even though we don't understand it. So I got really close with some people I didn't even know. So that was really fun because I just made new friends. Yes. But being on stage is really awesome and fun. It's really great. So, and then there was the finale. I loved that scene. Absolute favorite. And there was also the I Will Follow You song. I love that song, even though it was terrible and probably shouldn't sing it around other people that aren't in this cast. So, in the gospel scene, you get the bad guys over here, and they're praising Jesus. I mean, huh? What? Wait, why are bad guys doing that? Well, it's because they aren't actually bad guys. I thought it was pretty awesome when Jesus came down. When he came down there, I actually got to see him coming down the ramp. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And it's a depiction of Jesus actually coming back, which was so cool for me. It was awesome for me. And then when he came to pick me up as a fallen tree, it was the most real thing I've felt ever in a show. Like when God comes and he picks you up, it's awesome. You don't feel anything else but his presence. And even though I get it was like acting, that wasn't acting for me. That was real. Everything that I did, as far back as it was, it became the most real thing for me. And I want to thank you so much, Miss Barb, for putting me in that back spot. I want to give a great thanks to the people that helped out with this. Thank you so much. You helped us out, Brian. Good job with music. Honestly, great job, everyone. I would come up and shake every one of your guys' hands, but that would take a very long time. And maybe I'll do that after. But thank you so much for allowing me to be in this play, and it just goes to show no matter how small of a role you have, it is the most, I forgot the word, is the most important thing sometimes when you're the smallest role, because it can actually change your life. So thank you.